survey. This video is a British Sign Language version of the survey designed to be watched as you also fill in the survey online. Greater Manchester Disabled People's Panel 2022. Number 1. GM Big Disability Survey. Cost of living. Are you sick of filling in surveys and not seeing change? This survey is different. It is not just to gather research data. The Greater Manchester Disabled People's Panel is made up of 15 disabled people's organisations run by and for disabled people. We have a partnership agreement with Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham to influence policy to make Greater Manchester a better place to live for disabled people. This survey helps us do that, and the more disabled people fill it in, the stronger our voice for change becomes. We are particularly looking at how disabled people are coping with the rising cost of living and our hopes for the future. You don't have to answer every question. We have quite a lot of room to add comments, and we love to hear what you have to say. We have included demographic questions to better gather information of how different communities are experiencing the cost of living crisis. However, this survey does remain anonymous. The evidence this survey provides will help us tell services in Greater Manchester how to improve. So please share it widely and encourage others to fill it in. And we'd be especially delighted if you can assist safely over the phone people without access to the internet to answer the survey. Please note, by disabled people we mean anyone facing disabled societal barriers due to their impairments or conditions, and this includes mental health, hearing or visual impairments, learning disability, neurodiverse people, and those with chronic illness or fatigue. If you are filling the survey in on behalf of a disabled child or adult, please answer as them based upon their instructions/answers. Our last survey in 2020 received a lot of support from the Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, and the Combined Authority Research Team. We will be having the same support this time to understand and present the results, which we will share with key stakeholders. If you have any further questions, please email panel@gmcdp.com. The deadline for completion of this survey is noon on a Tuesday, August the 2nd. Number 1. Do you identify as a disabled person? Yes, no, unsure. Number 2. If you feel like disclosing this survey is anonymous, what are your conditions, impairments, illnesses? You can tick multiple categories. Physical, in brackets, mobility, dexterity, coordination, close brackets. Sensory impairment, hearing, visually impaired, deafblind, dual sensory. Neurodiverse, dyslexia, autism. Learning disability, mental health, visual impairment, hearing impairment, long-term example specify. I prefer not to say. Greater Manchester Disabled People's Panel 2022. Number 2. Your money. If you are filling in this on behalf of someone else, please answer from their point of view what they are saying. If you are filling it in as a family with a disabled member, please answer based on what most affects the disabled family member. 3. Does the money you get meet your needs for basic food and necessities? Number 4. Can you afford important things, essential items? This could be things like food, shampoo, bus fare. Sometimes I can't afford all essentials. I can't afford essentials but nothing else. I can afford essentials but nothing else. I can afford essentials and occasional luxuries. I can afford luxuries, example, streaming and gaming services, holidays, as well as essentials. Please tell us more. 5. Have you used a food bank or relied on other people to get food? Yes? No? Please tell us more. 6. Do you have enough money to buy the right food for you? Yes? No? Please tell us more. 7. Since 2020, have you changed the food you buy or what you eat because of money? Yes? No? Please tell us more. 8. Do you get any benefits? Please tick all the benefits you get. Employment and Support Allowance, Work-Related Activity Group. Employment and Support Allowance, Support Group. Universal Credit, Limited Capability for Work Group. Universal Credit, Limited Capability for Work-Related Activity Group. Personal Independence Payment Daily Living, Standard Rate. Personal Independent Payment Daily Living, Enhanced Rate. Personal Independence Payment Mobility, Standard Rate. Personal Independent Payment Mobility, Enhanced Rate. Disability Living Allowance, Attendance Allowance, State Pension, Pension Credit, none of the above. I have never tried to get benefits. I have tried and been refused all. I have tried and refused some. I don't know. Number 9. How easy to you find applying and receiving benefits? If you have been refused, choose impossible. So yes, very easy to impossible. Number 10. Tell us more about your experience getting benefits. Number 11. Can you afford to pay all your bills, for example, electricity, gas, telephone, council tax? Yes, no. Number 12. If not, what are you doing? Borrowing money, only paying urgent bills, missing rent payments, missing mortgage payments, eating less, using heat and light less. Other, please specify. 13. Do you think you spend more money on gas or electricity because you are disabled? Yes. No. 40. Do you get any help with your bills? Yes. No. Partially. Please tell us more and whether it is enough help. 15. Are you concerned about next winter? For example, keeping warm or having enough to eat? Not at all worried to extremely worried. Number 16. Do you owe money? Yes. No. Please tell us more. For example, how do you manage your debt? 17. Does the amount of money you have affect your quality of life and the choices you have to make? Number 18. Does lack of money stop you from using digital services? Yes. No. Some, but not as many as I would like. 19. If yes, what can you not afford? Internet connection or broadband, device, computer, tablet or telephone, training on how to use digital or online services, assistive technology, example screen readers, energy costs of charging devices. Please tell us more. 20. Are you concerned about any of the following things? Please tick as many as you want. Cost of living wise, being able to save for the future, your quality of life, being able to own your own home, being able to have your own car, discrimination. 21. What are your hopes for the future? Greater Manchester Disabled People's Panel 2022, Part 3, Social Care and Personal Assistance. 22. Does anyone help you with daily living or going out? Yes. No. 23. Do you have to pay for this? Yes. No. 24. Have you had any problems paying for your care or a personal assistant? Yes. No. Not applicable. 25. Have you ever not had the care you need because you cannot afford it? Yes. No. Number 26. Is the support you get better or worse than 2 to 3 years ago? Yes. No. Please tell us more. Number 27. Are you able to find and keep good personal assistance? Yes. No. Not applicable. Please tell us more. How has this impacted on you? Number 28. What difference does having the right support make to your life? Number 29. Does the money you get meet your full needs, including your well-being? Not at all. To fully met. Number 30. Does your social care meet your needs for having a social life? Example, meeting friends. Not at all. To fully met. Number 31. Do you want social care but have been refused? Yes. No. Please tell us more. Number 32. If you did have social care, how would your life be better? Number 33. Anything else you want to tell us about health and social care? Manchester Disabled People's Panel 2022, Part 4, Where You Live. 34. What part of Greater Manchester do you live in? Please tick the part of Greater Manchester you receive services from if this is different. Bolton, Bury, Manchester, Oldham, Rochdale, Salford, Stockport, Tameside, Trafford, Wigan. I don't live in Greater Manchester. Question 35. Does your house meet your needs? Is it accessible? Does it have adaptations? Is it warm? Is it dry? Is it the right place? Yes, no, partially. Please tell us more. Number 36. Have you been asked by a social worker or someone else to consider a group living environment or shared accommodation? Yes, no, please tell us more. Number 37. Are you worried that you may not be able to live on your own because the right support is not available? Yes, no, sometimes. Please tell us more. Number 38. Are you worried about your housing situation? A lot? A moderate amount? A little? Not at all. Number 39. Do you have enough money to live where you live now? Yes? No? Please tell us more. Question 40. Can you go to all the places you want to in your town? Example, shops and libraries, train stations, cafes, community centres? Yes? No? Some of them? If not, why not? Number 41. Are you worried about hate crime, harassment, name calling, etc.? If you need to report hate crime, call 101 or go to gmp.police.uk. Yes, I have experienced hate crime. Yes, I am worried. No. Anything else you would like to tell us about hate crime? Number 42. Do you feel safe and included in your neighbourhood? If you need to report hate crime, call 101, go to gmp.police.uk. Yes? No? Please tell us more. Question 43. Can you travel everywhere you would like? Yes? Yes with difficulty? Not at all. Question 44. Tell us what you find difficult or things that stop you travelling. Take as many as you want. COVID, costs, accessibility, example, level access, timetabling, sensory issues, reliability, flexibility, lack of joined up journeys. Anything else? Greater Manchester Disabled People's Panel 2022, Part 5, Lifestyle. People often forget that disabled people also want to have happy lives. This section has questions about your lifestyle and the things you enjoy. Question 45. What do you do to enjoy yourself? Take as many as you want. Go to cafes and bars. Go to restaurants. Watching TV. Going to concerts and the theatre. Going to the cinema. Watching sporting events. Playing sport. Going on holiday. Enjoying the countryside and green spaces. Meeting friends. Other, please specify. Question 46. Have your choices been limited by anything in the list below since 2020? Tick as many as you want. Cost of activity, access issues, risk or fear of getting COVID, anything else. To Manchester Disabled Pupils Panel 2022, Part 6, Your Mental Health. Question 47. What affects your mental health, for good or bad, the most? Question 48. Which of these would help your mental health? Feeling connected to your community. Having enough money to live on. Having your support needs met. Having access to physical health services. Having access to mental health services. Having access to transport. Having friends. Anything else? Question 49. Has anything stopped you from getting support for your mental health? Yes? No? Please tell us more. Section 7. Health Services. Question 50. Are your physical healthcare needs being met? Yes? No? Partially. Question 51. Have your impairments, conditions got worse because of having to wait for treatment? Not at all, to a great deal. Question 52. Is your GP accessible to you? Yes? No? Question 53. Are clinics and hospitals accessible to you? Yes? No? Not applicable. Question 54. Are you able to access your eye appointments? Yes? No? Question 55. Are you able to access your foot appointments? Yes? No? Not applicable. Question 56. Are you able to access your hearing appointments? Yes? No? Not applicable. Question 57. Are you able to access wheelchair services? Yes? No? Not applicable. Question 58. Are you able to access physiotherapy? Yes? No? Not applicable. Question 59. Are you able to access your dentist? Yes? No? Question 60. Is there anything else you want to tell us about health services? For example, ambulance services, ringing 111, sexual health services, or attending A&E. Question 61. Can you afford all the things you need to keep yourself well? Example, prescription costs, eating, bus fare, food, social and leisure, lateral flow tests, COVID test. Yes, no. Please tell us more. Question 62. As government COVID rules have gone, does it affect what you do? Negatively to positively. Question 63. What, if any, COVID precautions are you taking? I am shielding. I always use a mask, social distance, and wash hands. I sometimes use a mask, social distance, and wash hands. I prefer ventilated rooms. I check if indoor air is filtered. I limit close contact with strangers. I mostly return to normal without precautions. I have completely returned to normal with no precautions. Other, please specify. Question 64. If you Still poorly. I have long COVID. Question 65. If you have to go to hospital, do you think being disabled will affect your treatment? For example, because you are stopped from bringing someone with you? Yes or no? Please tell us more. Question 66. Do you know how to get COVID antivirals? These are given to some people when they get COVID to stop them getting very sick. Yes, I know how to get them. No, but I don't think I need them. I don't know if I need them. I have tried to get them, but been unable to. Please tell us more. Section 8. Problem solving. Question 67. Because you are disabled, how many hours a month do you have to spend solving problems or removing access barriers? Example, recruiting a personal assistant, claiming benefits, understanding a timetable, etc. Less than 1 hour. Between 1 and 5 hours. Between 5 and 10 hours. Between 10 and 15 hours. Between 15 and 20 hours. More than 20 hours. Question 68. Who has helped if you needed help? Council, GM Law Centre or Citizens Advice Bureau, Disabled People's Organisation, People First, Family, Friend, Another Disabled Person, Charity. Question 69. Why do you go to them? Question 70. Do you have any good experiences when trying to get help? Yes. No. Please tell us more. Question 71. Do you have any bad experiences or difficulties when trying to get help? Example, there was no accessible service. Wait times too long. Yes. No. Please tell us more. Question 72. Do you ever feel stuck with your problem and have no one to help you? Yes. No. Sometimes. Please tell us more. Question 73. Do you think attitudes to disabled people are better or worse than before COVID? They are better. They are the same. They are worse. Please tell us more. Question 74. Is the government doing enough to help disabled people? They are doing everything they can. They are doing some good things. They are not doing anything significant. They are neglecting disabled people. They are harming disabled people. I don't know. Is your local authority, council, doing enough to help disabled people? Question 75. They are doing everything they can. They are doing some good things. They are not doing anything significant. They are neglecting disabled people. They are harming disabled people. I don't know. Question 76. Have you got a photo ID, like a passport or driving license? Yes. No. I don't know. Question 77. If your answer is no, please tell us why. I cannot afford it. It takes too long to sort. There are access barriers. I don't need it. It is too difficult to find and pay for a signee. My citizenship status is a barrier. Anything else you want to say? Section 9. Education and employment. Question 78. Are you in education? School, college, university? No. Question 79. If you attend mainstream education, do you feel welcome? Yes. No. If no, please tell us why. Question 80. Is the increasing cost of living affecting you going to school, college, or university? Yes. No. Please tell us more. Question 81. If you rely on public sector transport to get to college, has this changed since 2020? Yes, I can no longer get to school, college. Yes, I have less access to school, college. Yes, I now spend much longer on transport. No change. Please tell us more. Question 82. Is there anything else you want to tell us about education? Question 83. If you work from home during the pandemic, did working from home increase the accessibility of work? Not at all. A lot. Question 84. Do you feel you get the same career opportunities and pay as a non-disabled person? Yes. No. Please tell us more. Question 85. Do you feel safe going to work due to impact of COVID or because of the impact on someone you live with? Yes, for myself. Yes, for someone I live with. No, for myself. No, for someone I live with. I'm not in employment. Question 86. Are you paid enough to cover all your living expenses? Yes. No, I'm not in employment. Question 87. Do you feel discriminated against in the workplace? Question 88. Have you ever left a job because of disabling barriers since 2020? Yes. No, I'm not in employment. Question 89. Please tell us more about your experience of being a disabled person at work. Section 10. About you. Question 90. How old are you? Under 13, 13 to 17, 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 to 74, 75 and over. Prefer not to say. Question 91. How do you describe your gender? A man, including trans man. A woman, including trans woman. Non-binary. In another way. Prefer not to say. What is your ethnic group? Asian or Asian British? Indian. Asian or Asian British, Pakistani. Asian or Asian British, Bangladeshi. Asian or Asian British, Chinese. Asian or Asian British, Kashmiri. Asian or Asian British, any other Asian background. Black or Black British, Caribbean. Black or Black British, African. Black or Black British, any other black background. Mixed, white and black Caribbean. Mixed, white and black African. Mixed, white and Asian. Mixed, any other mixed background. White, English, Welsh, Scottish, Northern Irish, British. White, Irish. White, Gypsy or Irish traveller. White, Eastern European. White, any other white background. Other ethnic group, Arab. Other ethnic group, other. Prefer not to say. Question 93. What is your religion? Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Muslim, Sikh. Other religion. No religion. Prefer not to say. Question 94. Which of the following best describes how you think of yourself? Bisexual, gay man, gay woman or lesbian, heterosexual. Other sexual orientation, please specify. Prefer not to say. Question 95. Was any part of the survey confusing or need explaining more? All of it was hard to understand. Most of it was hard to understand. Some of it was hard to understand. A few parts were hard to understand. None of it was hard to understand. Question 96. Did you have assistants to fill in this survey? I filled it in myself without assistance. I had a little technical assistance. I had a little general assistance. I had a fair amount of technical assistance. I had a fair amount of general assistance. I had a lot of technical assistance. I had a lot of general assistance. Question 97. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your life as a disabled person in Greater Manchester? Thank you for completing our survey. Your answers will help us make change.